Hello my dear students, welcome back to chemistry class beta. In the third video class we have seen about the preparations of aldehydes and ketones. Now in this fourth video class we are going to discuss about the physical properties of aldehydes and ketones along with chemical properties. Okay? Yes. So first I want to discuss about the physical states के बारे में discuss करेंगे बेटा. Okay ना? So I want to consider the compound. The compound is nothing but formaldehyde. What is the formula of formaldehyde? HCHO. So we have to say that formaldehyde is going to be exist as a gas, and other aldehydes are, except formaldehyde, all other aldehydes, they are nothing but the volatile liquids. Volatile liquids, because of they do not form the hydrogen bonds. I mean other aldehydes, higher aldehydes. Next, what about ketones physical state? Ketones which are having up to the 11 carbons. So ketones up to the 11 carbons, we have to be say that they are also nothing but the volatile liquids. Okay. So formaldehyde is gas and all other aldehydes are volatile liquids. And ketones up to the 11 carbons, they are also volatile liquids. So after that second part I want to consider about the order. Order के बारे में discuss करेंगे बेटा. What about the information about the order? Order क्या हो सकता है? So try to remember here one point. As the number of carbons increases, carbons बढ़ते गए समझो, then on that case the order becomes less pungent. As the number of carbons increases, the order becomes less pungent. अगर pungent का nature कम हुआ समझो, perfume का nature बढ़ जाता बेटा. So we have to be say that then that condition the order will becomes more fragrant. Order becomes more fragrant. Once again, as the number of carbons increases, the odor becomes less pungent and more fragrant. Means perfumery nature goes to be increases with increase of number of carbons. Okay. So lower member of aldehydes and ketones, they are having pungent smell, and higher member of aldehydes and ketones, they are having what beta? Fragrant smell. Good. So next physical state and order के बाद next point I want to say about this solubility beta. So in that solubility I want to say that lower member of aldehydes and ketones. Lower member of aldehydes and ketones, they are soluble in water. Because of they can form the hydrogen bonds like formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, acetone. Such lower member of aldehydes and ketones, they can easily soluble in water due to formation of intermolecular hydrogen bond. What about higher member of ethers? What about higher member of aldehydes and ketones? So lower members only soluble in aldehydes and ketones. Remaining all aldehydes and ketones generally they can soluble in what beta? Organic solvents. They can soluble in organic solvents. Lower member of aldehydes and ketones, they are going to be soluble in water, and remaining all higher aldehydes and lower aldehydes, higher ketones and lower ketones, all they can soluble in what beta? Organic solvents. Next, go for continue. Next information I want to give you about the boiling points के बारे में discuss करेंगे बेटा. So as compared to aldehydes and ketones, try to remember I have told you in case of alcohols also. As compared to aldehydes and ketones, alcohols they are having higher boiling points as compared to the aldehydes and ketones, but aldehydes and ketones they are having higher boiling points as compared to the ether. Again, as compared to the ether, hydrocarbons like alkanes, they are having very least boiling point beta in their comparable molecular masses. Okay, yes, I am going to give the example. Before going to write one example, I want to tell you the reason, sir, why alcohols having more boiling point as compared to aldehydes and ketones. So alcohols they are going to form easily what beta? Hydrogen bond, more association with intermolecular hydrogen bond. Aldehydes and ketones only lower member can form hydrogen bond, but higher number of aldehydes and ketones, they never form the hydrogen bond. But aldehydes and ketones, they are having dipole-dipole interactions. So due to dipole-dipole interactions, they are having aldehydes and ketones, they are having more boiling point as compared to the ether. And ethers, due to polar nature of CO bond, they are having little bit what Nana is boiling point more as compared to the hydrocarbon. But hydrocarbons are nothing but purely what beta non-polar compounds. So non-polar to polar, more boiling point, polar to dipole, more boiling point, again here hydrogen bond, again polar nature, so many forces are there. So alcohols, they are having more boiling points. So on the basis of the sequence, here I want to give you one example. The example is nothing but alcohols, they are having more boiling points. First suppose ethyl alcohol, CH3 bonded to CH2, CH2 bonded to OH. As compared to the aldehyde and ketone, let me consider one aldehyde, CH3 bonded to CHO, because of both are having comparable nearby molecular masses. And one more example I want to consider from ether category, CH3 bonded to O bonded to CH3, dimethyl ether. Let me consider another example from hydrocarbon, that is nothing but propane, CH3, CH2, CH3. So ethyl alcohol, it contains the molecular weight 46 gram, and acetaldehyde, it contain 44 grams, and dimethyl ether, it contain again 46 grams, and propane contain the weight is nothing but 44 grams. Almost their molecular masses are nearby same, little bit 2 unit difference is there, but almost their molecular masses are same na beta. So generally we will think that if their molecular masses are same, they should contain same boiling point, but they are having similar boiling points na beta? No beta, they are having different boiling points. So due to reason is nothing but presence of bonding and presence of forces. So alcohols, they are having polar in nature and they are having hydrogen bond. But यहाँ पर क्या है बेटा, dipole forces are there, no more hydrogen bond. Okay, lower compound they can form. And next one is nothing but ether, they are having C2O polar nature, but hydrocarbons are non-polar in nature. On the basis of type of existing forces and hydrogen bond nature, here boiling point will be different बेटा. ये तुम्हारा information इसके बारे में physical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Now I am going to enter into the chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Yeah, which properties we are going to discuss now beta? Chemical properties. Chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Good. So in that first topic I want to discuss about that nucleophilic addition reactions. So nucleophilic addition reactions of NAR. Nucleophilic addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Nucleophilic addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones. How does aldehydes and ketones are responsible to show various types of nucleophilic addition reactions? That one we are going to be discussed now later. Okay. First suppose here I want to say that, sir, tell me one thing, why aldehydes and ketones, they undergo nucleophilic addition reactions? Due to polar nature of CO bond. Okay, na? And one more thing, sir, in the two compound which easily undergo nucleophilic addition reaction, simply we have to say that formaldehyde. So formaldehyde, or we can say aldehydes are more reactive than ketones in nucleophilic addition reactions. Okay, in aldehyde, which aldehyde is more reactive? That is nothing but, again same thing, order of nucleophilic reactivity, nucleophilic addition reactivity. Formaldehyde is more reactive, H bonded to C double bond to bonded to H. After that I am going to consider that acetaldehyde, CH3 bonded to C double bond to H, like that. And after that we can consider ketones like CH3 bonded to C double bond O bonded to CH3. Okay na beta? Right. So HCHO, what is the name of this compound? Formaldehyde. And what about CH3, CHO beta? Acetaldehyde. And what about another compound CH3, C double bond to CH3 beta? Ketone, and also we can say that acetone. So in the three compound which is more reactive towards the nucleophilic addition reaction. So many times repeated question beta. Formaldehyde, after that acetaldehyde, after that acetone. Why formaldehyde is more reactive? Because of in that two hydrogen atoms are there. They do not cause any steric repulsion, means it is more reactive towards the nucleophilic attacking. But in case of ketone, and as compared to formaldehyde, in acetaldehyde, one bulky group is there. So it may cause somewhat repulsions. But in case of acetone, two bulky groups are there. So in case of ketone or acetone, due to presence of two bulky group, they causes the steric repulsions. And also we can say that electronic repulsions. So between group to group or within their electrons, there will be repulsions will be causes. Due to repulsions, we have to be say that ketones are less reactive and aldehydes are more reactive. In that formaldehyde is highly reactive towards the nucleophilic addition reactions. Sounds clearly? So okay na, carbon C double bond के surrounding में bulky group नहीं रहना पड़ेगा. Such compounds are more reactive. If bulky groups are there, they are less reactive. Okay na, do not easily undergo nucleophilic addition. But formaldehyde free H atoms are there, it can be easily undergo nucleophilic addition reaction. Okay na. Now one by one, what are the nucleophilic addition reactions are there? I am going to be discussing with you. Yes, number one. Yeah, C double bond O. It may be the formula of, we can say that aldehyde, and also we can say that ketone. H. Okay now, we can say the compound will become formaldehyde. For suppose I am going to be write here CH3, again here I am going to be write that H, so that going to be act as acetaldehyde. Now C double bond O, both side connected to CH3, that going to be act as acetone. So this group we can convert into all our respectable desired product में convert कर सकते हैं बेटा. Okay, good. So this is the simple symbol of carbonyl group, and we can say simply it is nothing but aldehyde and ketonic group. So aldehydes and ketones upon addition with HCN, nothing but hydrogen cyanide. Hydrogen contain the charge positive and CN contain the charge negative. Okay na beta? Good. CN contain the charge is negative. As compared to carbon here, oxygen contains more electronegativity. That means this pi bond undergo delocalization towards the oxygen in presence of such attacking nucleophile or reagent. So here carbon contain the charge positive and oxygen contain the charge is negative. Such a positive carbon goes to be attacked by negative species Cn minus. Okay, central C contain, okay, how many bonds here? Actually 2 bonds. Now central C contain the charge is positive, it goes to be attacked by Cn minus. And after attacking of nucleophile, double bond becomes single bond. O minus goes to be attacked by H plus, nothing but you are getting the product is OH. So OH and Cn, cyano and hydroxy, if both the groups present upon one carbon, then we have to say that this is nothing but gem compound, and also we can say that the name of compound is called cyanohydrine. So acetaldehyde gives acetaldehyde cyanohydrine, benzaldehyde gives benzaldehyde cyanohydrine. Whatever that may be, upon addition of HCN, the product is called cyanohydrines. Next, go for number 2. Again, the functional group, it indicates what is the formula beta. It is the formula of aldehydes and ketones. You suppose now addition of sodium bisulfite in AHSO3. Now in that attacking reagent or addition reagent, sodium contain the charge plus and HSO3 contain minus. Same thing, pi bond undergo delocalization, carbon contains sign positive and oxygen contain the sign is negative beta. Negative attacks upon positive, positive attacks upon negative beta. Central C already it contains 2 bonds. I have written here also as it is. Now central C contain the charge positive, goes to be attacked by negative, nothing but connecting through O, and remaining SO2H. Okay, double bond becomes what beta? Single bond. O minus goes to be attacked by Na plus. But actually this is an unstable addition intermediate product nana. So followed by it undergo proton shift, or we can say proton transfer will be occur here. क्या करना पड़ेगा? Proton transfer or proton shift will be occurred, where position of sodium taken by H and position of H taken by sodium due to more reactive nature of such hydrogen atom. Okay, so what will be the final product? So same thing below, O connected to SO2, position of H occupied by the sodium metal. and next H goes to be attached upon O minus, we are getting here OH now. So this is your bisulfide product. What is the name of this product, beta? Bisulfide, and it is a type of PPT, that is nothing but white precipitate you are going to be get here. Okay na beta? Sure. Next we go for addition of hydrogen cyanide gives cyanohydrates, and addition of sodium hydrogen sulfide, and we can say that sodium bisulfite, it going to be formed the by PPT, that is nothing but bisulfite, white precipitate you are going to be get here beta. Next go for third addition reaction. Same thing, aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes and what beta? Ketones. But let me consider here, particularly I want to show you by taking aldehyde, because of from aldehyde we are getting different product, and from ketone we are getting different product. Okay, from aldehyde I want to show you. What is the general formula of aldehyde? R bonded to CHO, and we can say that R bonded to C double bond O and H. So what is the name of this compound beta? Aldehyde. Aldehydes upon reaction with, or we can say upon addition of alcohol, ROH, and here addition of alcohol takes place in presence of dry HCl gas, and upon addition of alcohol to aldehyde or maybe to ketone, here bond breaking takes place between oxygen to hydrogen. So what will be the charge of hydrogen beta? Plus, and the charge of minus is nothing but RO minus group. Now, as compared to carbon, oxygen contain more electronegativity, carbon carries positive charge and oxygen carries negative charge. Negative attacks upon positive, positive attacks upon negative. So what will be the product here? R bonded to C, above plane H. C contain positive, attacked by negative, that is nothing but OR, alkoxy group. And next double bond becomes single bond, O minus attacked by H, nothing but OH1. So one is alkoxy group, one more is nothing but alcohol group. Both are present upon one carbon, that is nothing but gem alkoxy alcohol. This is called hemiacetal. What beta? Hemiacetal. So aldehydes and only aldehydes on addition with alcohol, they are going to be formed the product hemiacetal. Again such hemiacetal undergo addition with another mole of alcohol. Another mole of alcohol, again same thing by using dry HCl gas. So यहाँ पर bond breaking OH, H plus combines with OH and goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule beta. So remaining what will be the expected product here? R bonded to C, above plane H, and below plane is nothing but OR minus. This group I am going to write here as it is. H plus combines with OH minus, and that eliminated in the form of water molecule. Remaining is nothing but again alkoxy group. So alkoxy, alkoxy, two alkoxy groups are there. Gem dialkoxy compounds, they are known as what they have to say that beta? Acetal. So how to say the statement? Aldehydes on addition with alcohols in presence of dry HCl gives hemiacetal and acetals. Try to remember both the structures and both the names. OROH upon single carbon, hemiacetal. 2-OR upon single carbon, that is called acetal. Similarly from ketone also we can write this similar reaction. From ketone, R bonded to C double bond O bonded to R. What is the name of this compound beta? Ketone. Okay. Ketones upon addition with alcohol. Same thing, R prime OH, addition of alcohol takes place in presence of what beta? Dry HCl gas. So here bond breaking takes place between oxygen to hydrogen. Hydrogen contains charge plus and OR alkoxy group contains charge minus. Here also pi bond shifted towards the oxygen. Oxygen carries negative charge. Central C contains positive. So negative upon positive, positive upon negative. R bonded to C, above plane R group is there. And right side double bond becomes single bond. O minus goes to be attacked by H plus. Simply we can say that OH. Central C contain the charge is positive, it goes to be attacked by negative, that is nothing but alkoxide ion attacks upon central carbon. Okay na? Same again, OH and OR upon single carbon, OH and OR upon single carbon, but this is the product forming from aldehyde, hemiacetal, and this is coming from ketone, that's why we have to say that hemiketal. Again hemiketal, it has the capable of, it can react with, it can undergo addition with another mole of alcohol. Another mole of alcohol, again by using dry HCl. Now same thing, H plus combines with what? OH, and goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule. So in the place of OH, now we have to be write alkoxy group. So what will be your expected product? R bonded to C, above plane R, and below plane that is nothing but alkoxy group. And right plane central C contain plus charge after removal of OH minus, and that goes to be attacked by OR minus, nothing but alkoxide ion. Alkoxy, alkoxy, two alkoxy groups present upon single carbon, nothing but gem dialkoxy compounds, but they are coming from ketone. So we have to be say that this is called ketal. So final conclusion I want to read here. Aldehydes upon addition with alcohols in presence of dry HCl gives hemiacetal and acetal. Ketones upon addition with alcohol in presence of dry HCl gives hemiketal and ketals. The addition clear beta? Good. So next one is nothing but addition number 4. Addition of Grignard reagents. Which topic beta? Yes, addition of Grignard reagents. Yeah. So Grignard reagent formula is nothing but RMGX. It was added to the aldehyde, for suppose formaldehyde. So what may be the formula of formaldehyde? HCHO, and also we can consider that CH2O. And we can write that CH2 double bond O. No problem now beta? Yes, Grignard reagent or MgX, it upon addition to the formaldehyde in presence of THF and followed by hydrolysis will be takes place in acidic medium. So bond breaking will be takes place between carbon to oxygen. R minus group attacks upon CH2 plus. So the product is nothing but RCH2. And from water molecule we have to be consider that OH group. So which alcohol you are getting beta? Primary alcohol. Once again I am going to read the statement. Grignard reagent on addition to the formaldehyde and followed by hydrolysis gives primary alcohol. R minus group attacks upon CH2 plus, and from water molecule we have to be considered OH, you are getting primary alcohol. Remaining what may be the byproduct? MgXO, and from water molecule we have to be considered H. So what may be the byproduct Nana? Hydroxy magnesium halide. Hydroxy magnesium halide, that is your byproduct. But try to remember Grignard reagents on reaction with formaldehyde. On addition to formaldehyde, definitely Grignard reagents, they are going to produce the primary alcohol. Next, another addition I want to show you with Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent formula RMGX. It upon reaction with other aldehydes except formaldehyde, I want to consider all other aldehyde. So what is the formula of other aldehyde? RCHO, and also we can say that RCH double bond O. No problem beta. So this is the formula of all other aldehydes. Grignard reagent with formaldehyde gives primary alcohol, and with other aldehydes followed by hydrolysis, it's going to be from the product is secondary alcohol. How? RCH, this group I am going to be right here as it is. So central C contain the charge positive, it goes to be attacked by R minus, nothing but here I am going to write that R. This is the R coming from Grignard reagent. And after breaking of double bond, okay now, especially from water molecule, we have to be consider that OH group. So OH connected to carbon, carbon connected to 2 carbon, this is nothing but secondary alcohol. Again byproduct is same beta, hydroxy magnesium halide. Next go for Grignard reagent, formula is nothing but RMGX. It upon addition with now ketones. What is the formula of ketone? R bonded to C double bond O bonded to R. Grignard reagents upon addition to the ketone and followed by what beta? Hydrolysis. Already in that ketone central C connected to 2 alkyl groups. Okay, central C connected to 2 alkyl groups. And central C contain the charge positive, it goes to be attacked by minus. That is nothing but from Grignard reagent R. And after that, after breaking of such CO bond from water molecule, we have to be considered that OH. Again the byproduct is same thing, hydroxy magnesium halide. So which alcohol here you are getting beta? Tertiary alcohol. Once again I want to repeat here. All Grignard reagents, maybe methyl, ethyl, propyl, whatever that may be. Grignard reagents on addition to the formaldehyde followed by hydrolysis gives primary alcohol. So formaldehyde से guarantee क्या आना पड़ेगा? Primary alcohol. And all other aldehydes like acetaldehyde, benzaldehyde, propanaldehyde, all they gives secondary alcohol. And upon addition to the ketone, they are going to form the tertiary alcohol. So up to now, how many addition reactions are over, beta? 4. Now another addition reactions, that is nothing but fifth one, addition of ammonia and its derivatives. Right. Fifth addition in that nucleophilic additions, fifth category, addition of ammonia, NH3 and its derivatives. Addition of ammonia and its derivatives. Children, clearly? Right. So first of all, aldehydes and ketone. Common formula I want to consider bond, C double bond O bond. So this is the carbonyl group, or simply we can say aldehydes and ketones. It upon reaction with ammonia, formula is nothing but NH3. Ammonia is basic in nature, so to neutralize that, reaction will be proceeds in acidic media. So from here ammonia, we have to be take 2 hydrogen, combines with oxygen and goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule. Remaining bond, C double bond, after the removal of O and from here H2, remaining is nothing but only NH. So C double bond NH, this is your product. The product name is called imine. Aldehydes and ketones on reaction with ammonia gives the product is nothing but imine after the loss of water molecule. Next formula I am going to be consider that bond C double bond O, nothing but again the formula of aldehydes and ketones, any aldehyde or any ketone. Upon addition with ammonia derivative, nothing but one of the hydrogen replaced by R. So we can say RNH2. What is the name of this compound, beta? Primary amine. Aldehydes and ketones upon addition with primary amine in the medium is nothing but same thing, acidic medium. So from here we have to remove O, from here we have to remove H2, that goes to be eliminated completely in the form of water molecule. Remaining what will be your product? Same thing, bond C, again C connected to bond, after that C contain 2 double bonds, next it connected to what? N, again N connected to the group is nothing but R. It is also looking like same above formula, beta. C double bond NH, H place में R, beta. Nothing but this is called N connected to R, nothing but it is a substituent group, so we have to be say that this is nothing but substituted imine. Above one is simple imine and this is nothing but N-alkyl substituted imine, and also we can say that it is known as Schiff's base. Very important. What is the formula of Schiff's base? Schiff's base is nothing but substituted imine. Okay, good done. Next, again bond. Okay, now carbon contain 2 bond, again it connected to double bond O. It is a formula of what, beta? Aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes and ketones upon addition with very important reagent, that is nothing but hydroxylamine. So what will be the formula of hydroxylamine, beta? NH2OH. NH2OH. So NH2OH, what is meant by OH, beta? Hydroxyl group. NH2 is nothing but amine. So the name of this compound is called hydroxylamine. So in that manner we have to remove the water molecule. After the loss of water molecule, what will be the expected product? C के बाद double bond, it connected to N and N connected to OH. The name of this compound is called oxan, one type of yellow precipitate. So aldehydes and ketones on reaction with hydroxylamine NH2OH, it forms the product is nothing but oxan. They are going to ask you the formula. What is the formula of oxan? C double bond NOH. This okay, now this group you have to be tick here. Next, again same thing, aldehydes and ketones, C double bond O group. It upon reaction with hydrazine, NH2 bonded to NH2. Aldehydes and ketones upon addition with hydrazine. Again same thing here also we have to remove the water molecule. H2 from hydrazine and O from aldehydes and ketones. Again goes to be eliminated in the form of part beta water molecule. Remaining we can write easily C double bond N, again N bonded to NH2. So hydrazine upon reaction with aldehydes and ketones, it goes to be converted into the product. The product is called hydrazone. समझ गए बेटा? चल another compound, again bond दो साइड दो लिखना पड़ेगा. C connected to double bond O. The name of this compound is nothing but we can say aldehyde and ketone. Again such aldehyde and ketone, now you suppose undergo reaction with phenyl hydrazine. What is the formula of hydrazine? NH2 bond NH2, it connected to phenyl group, nothing but benzene ring. This is called phenyl hydrazine. Okay, and all this reaction they goes to be takes place in acidic medium. As you wish, continue. So this is nothing but what is the name of this compound beta? Phenyl hydrazine. Phenyl hydrazine upon addition to the aldehydes and ketones, again it is also ready to lose the water molecule. Hydrazine changes into hydrazone and phenyl hydrazine changes into phenyl hydrazone. So what may be the product? Same thing, C double bond, it connected to the nitrogen atom, again nitrogen connected to NH group, again NH connected to phenyl ring. What is the formula of phenyl ring? C6H5. Okay, so this is your product name. The product name is called phenyl hydrazine. What is the name of product beta? Phenyl hydrazine. Sanjay clearly? Right. Another two addition reactions are there. Okay. Next, again the formula of aldehydes and ketone is nothing but carbonyl functional group, bond C double bond O bond. We can say this is nothing but aldehyde and ketone. If you want, whatever that may be, जो चाहना अपन वो derive कर सकते हैं बेटा. CH3 it becomes ketone. CH3 head it become aldehyde like that one. So it undergo addition with 2,4-DNP, nothing but NH2 bond NH2, NH2 bond NH, and you suppose it connected to benzene ring. Second place NO2 group is there, and fourth place nothing but opposite place one more NO2 is there. So what is the name of this reagent? So the reagent name is called 2,4-DNP, nothing but 2,4 dinitrophenyl hydrazine, or we can say 2,4-DNPH hydrazine. Okay, na? Another name of 2,4-DNP is called Brody's reagent. So they can ask you the question, what is mean by Brody's reagent? Try to remember the formula and try to remember that name, 2,4-DNPH. 2,4 dinitrophenyl hydrazine. Okay, na beta? Same thing now, it is also undergo ready to lose the water molecule after H2O, loss of H2O. So what will be your expected product, Nana? Is a C double bond N, N product 2 NH. Now NH connected to one of the phenyl ring, and upon phenyl ring, second position NO2 group is there and fourth position NO2 group is there. Okay, so 2,4 dinitrophenyl hydrazine on reaction with aldehydes and ketones changes into 2,4 dinitrophenyl hydrazone. Hydrazine changes into hydrazone. This is your final product name. And another addition I am going to show you here. Same thing. This is the carbonyl group, or we can say formula of aldehydes and ketones. It upon addition with semicarbazine, NH2 bonded to NH, NH connected to C double bond O, again it connected to NH2. So what is the name of this reactant beta? Semicarbazine, and also we can say that semicarbazine. Okay, semicarbazine. Same thing here also, elimination of water molecule will be takes place. After the loss of water molecule, we are getting the product is bond C double bond N, C double bond N. It connected to the group is nothing but again what beta NH. Again NH connected to C double bond O. C double bond O connected to NH2. So aldehydes and ketones upon addition with semicarbazine, it forms the product is nothing but semicarbazole. Semicarbazine changes into semicarbazole. और एक बार बोर्ड के ऊपर फोकस कीजिए. This all are the reactions of additions of ammonia and its derivatives. Okay. Once again, ammonia gives amine, primary amine gives substituted amine, we can say the fifth base, and hydroxyl amine gives oxan. This is very important for you. And hydrogen gives hydrazone, phenylhydrazine gives phenylhydrazone, and 2,4 dinitrophenylhydrazine gives 2,4 dinitrophenylhydrazone. Semicarbazine gives semicarbazole. These are the reactions of which type of nucleophilic addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones. And try to remember object में एक दो बार क्वेश्चन भी रिपीट हुआ था. C double bond O, nothing but carbonyl group, or we can say it may be the functional group of aldehyde and ketones. And it connected to how many side chains are here? Again, two side chains are there. In that side chains, if electron withdrawing groups are there, they causes more rate of reaction. Nothing but in presence of electron withdrawing group as compared to the carbon oxygen contain more electronegativity. Carbon contain charge plus and oxygen contain charge minus. So due to polar nature of CO bond, we have to say that aldehydes and ketones, they undergo nucleophilic addition reactions better. But in which case, in presence of either electron withdrawing or in case of either electron donating, in which case nucleophilic addition reactivity of aldehydes and ketones goes to be increases. So try to remember, C double bond O carbonyl group, if it is connected to electron withdrawing group, on that carbon and oxygen polar nature goes to be increases. In case of withdrawing, carbon contain more positive beta. Okay na? So in that electron withdrawing case, automatically polar nature goes to be increases, nothing but nucleophilic reactivity increases now. Nucleophilic reactivity increases. So in which case nucleophilic reactivity increases nana? If upon carbonyl group, electron withdrawing groups are there, in that case, okay, aldehydes and ketones, their nucleophilic reactivity goes to be increases nana. Samajh gaye clearly? Yeah. Type 1 reactions are over, nucleophilic addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Now type 2 is reduction reactions and type 3 is oxidation reactions. Chart 2, reduction reactions of what but aldehydes and ketones. Reduction reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Yes, I am going to discuss now. In that number 1 is Clemmensen reduction, very important for objective point of view. Clemmensen's reduction, and we can say that Clemmensen's reduction. So what is the Clemmensen reducing agent? Yes, I am going to show you here. Zinc amalgam, nothing but ZnHg, plus concentrated hydrochloric acid, concentrated HCl. This mixture is known as zinc, okay, na, Clemmensen reducing agent. So reaction, again same thing beta. Bond, C double bond, O bond, nothing but it may be the functional group of aldehydes and ketones. It undergo the process reduction, definitely 4 moles of H required. Reduction takes place by using Clemmensen reducing agent, nothing but ZnHg plus concentrated HCl. So aldehydes and ketones upon reduction with zinc amalgam and concentrated hydrochloric acid, they are going to form the product is, simply we have to say that C double bond O group changes into CH2, that means we are getting the product is alkane, and we can say that hydrocarbon. And remaining two hydrogen combines with O and goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule. First suppose HH formaldehyde, that gives methane. CH3 nothing but acetone, that gives propane. And CH3 and H acetaldehyde, it going to be formed, the product is nothing but ethane. Like that various types of hydrocarbons we can prepare. Okay na beta? Good. So number 2 I want to say that a big important reaction beta, this is nothing but Wolff-Kishner reduction. Which reduction beta? Wolff-Kishner reduction. Yeah, again same thing, bond C double bond O bond, it may be the formula of aldehyde and ketone. It undergo Wolff-Kishner, nothing but heating with hydrazine. Step 1 is reaction with hydrazine. NH2 bond NH2. Again aldehydes and ketones, just now I have told you, upon addition with hydrazine, it going to lose the water molecule. After the loss of water molecule, what you are going to get, that hydrazine changes into hydrazine changes into, on reaction with hydrazine, the product is nothing but hydrazone. So C double bond N bonded to NH2. Upon reaction with hydrazine, the product is nothing but hydrazone. So any aldehyde or any ketone on reaction with hydrazine, it going to be formed, the product is nothing but hydrazone. Such hydrazone followed by undergoes second step upon heating with KOH in presence of ethylene glycol. Upon heating with KOH in presence of ethylene glycol, bond breaking takes place between C double bond to N. So last two hydrogens are there, they goes to be attached upon central C. So you are going to get the product is nothing but CH2 and the name is nothing but alkane, and also we can say that hydrocarbon. Remaining two nitrogens are there, they goes to be eliminated in the form of nitrogen gas. Samajhe? So in Cleveland and in Wolff-Kishner, starting reactant final products are same. C double bond O group, carbonyl group changes into hydrocarbon group, carbonyl group changes into hydrocarbon, just using reagents are different. In Cleveland, zinc amalgam plus HCl, but in Wolff-Kishner, hydrogen and followed by heating with KOH. Based on reagent only, try to say the reaction. Try to remember the reaction beta. Okay, trick important karna padega. You have to be apply the tricks beta. Yeah, next one is nothing but simple reduction of aldehyde and simple reduction of ketone I am going to do. Aldehyde, what is the formula? RCHO, and we can say that CH3CHO, the name is nothing but acetaldehyde. Aldehydes upon reduction, nothing but 2 moles of H I am going to be provided. So generally, which is the best reducing agent? Lithium aluminium hydride, LiAlH4 in presence of dry ether or ether. And also we can consider sodium borohydride, NaBH4 in presence of ethanol as you wish. So aldehydes on reduction with lithium aluminium hydride or sodium borohydride, they forms the product is primary alcohol. H given to CH, it becomes CH2. Again H become to O, it becomes OH. So what may be the product? CH3 bonded to CH2, CH2 bonded to OH. You are getting ethyl alcohol, nothing but you are getting what beta? Primary alcohol. So aldehydes upon reduction with LaH or NaBH4 gives the product is called primary alcohol. And let me consider secondary alcohol. I mean ketones. CH3 bonded to C double bond O, again bonded to CH3, nothing but ketone, and we can say the exact name is called acetone. Acetone upon reduction with same reagent, lithium aluminium hydride in presence of what? Ether, and also we can consider sodium borohydride, but ketones they are going to form the product is secondary alcohol. How? H attacks upon O, it becomes OH. Another head attacks upon C, C becomes CH. So you are getting CH and OH beta. So what may be the product here? CH3 bonded to CH, iboplane OH, again bonded to CH3. That is nothing but a propane 2-ol or isopropyl alcohol. So it is nothing but what beta? Secondary alcohol. Once again, aldehydes upon reduction gives primary alcohols and ketones upon reduction gives secondary alcohols. But in Clemenson and Wolff-Kishner, aldehydes and ketones, both they are giving the product is nothing but alkanes, and also we can say that hydrocarbons. Okay, na? Last and final reduction reaction. Right. What is the formula of acetaldehyde? CH3 bonded to beta CHO. What is the formula of acetone? CH3 bonded to C double bond O bonded to CH3. One is acetaldehyde, one more is acetone. Example for aldehyde, example for ketone. And you suppose they undergo reduction with HI. Reduction with HI takes place in presence of red phosphorus. So HI and red phosphorus, this mixture is also going to be used as reducing agent. So once again, aldehydes and ketones upon reduction with HI in presence of red phosphorus. Here also they are going to form the same product alkane like Clemmensen and Wolff-Kishner. So what will be the expected product here? So alkane means which carbon alkane? 2 carbon alkane. So we can say that CH3 bonded to CH3. Ethane is the product. Again here which carbon alkane? 3 carbon alkane. So nothing but you are going to get the product is nothing but propane. CH3 bonded to CH2 bonded to CH3. Remaining 4 iodines are there. They goes to be eliminated in the form of 2 moles of iodine. 2 moles of iodine. 4 hydrogens are there and okay na, yes, I mean one oxygen is there that goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule. Everything will be balanced. If you want you can check now. So number 1 Clemmensen reduction, number 2 Wolff-Kishner reduction, number 3 reduction with what na HI in presence of red phosphorus, and number 3 is nothing but common property aldehydes and ketones upon reduction with LAH. Once again, so aldehydes and ketones upon Clemmensen gives alkane or hydrocarbon. Aldehydes and ketones upon Wolff-Kishner reduction again gives alkane. Aldehydes and ketones upon reduction with HI and red phosphorus, they also gives alkanes or hydrocarbon. So first case, second case, last case, same type of product you are going to be get beta. But in third case, this is HSL. Aldehydes upon reduction with LAH gives primary alcohols, and ketones upon reduction specially they gives what beta secondary alcohols. ये समझ गए ना तुम लोग? Good. Next property, type 3 property I am going to be discuss here. Sorry, oxidation reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Oxidation reactions of aldehydes and ketones. First of all, I want to tell you simple oxidation and simple reduction. In that A by taking aldehyde, I want to tell you. Aldehyde, what is the aldehyde best example? Formaldehyde or acetaldehyde as you wish. Formaldehyde changes into formic acid, acetaldehyde changes into acetic acid, benzaldehyde changes into benzoic acid. This is common for all. Okay. CH3CHO nothing but acetaldehyde. It upon oxidation, addition of oxygen, takes place by using acidified potassium permanganate, KMnO4, and also we can consider acidified potassium dichromate. Simply addition of oxygen will be takes place. So CH3 is COOH, nothing but aldehydes, they goes to be changes into carboxylic acids. So CH3CHO acetaldehyde upon oxidation changes into acetic acid, nothing but carboxylic acid. Aldehyde contain 2 carbon and carboxylic acid also contain 2 carbon, means both are having equal number of carbons. Aldehydes upon oxidation with acidified KMnO4, aldehydes upon oxidation with acidified potassium dichromate, they are going to form the product is carboxylic acids, but carboxylic acid contain, it should contain equal number of carbon with aldehyde. That is a hint. Okay, B, CH3 bonded to C double bond O, again bonded to CH3. It is an example of ketone, that is nothing but what beta acetone. Ketone or acetone, you suppose it upon oxidation. Again by using same reagents, acidified KMnO4 or acidified K2Cr2O7 beta. Here bond breaking takes place. Remaining 2 carbons are there here. Such 2 carbon acyl form changes into carboxylic acid. And another free carbon, okay, that goes to be changes into formic acid. Again finally changes into carbon dioxide. And here 3 hydrogens are there. One given here, another 2 hydrogens eliminated in the form of water molecule. Again here also you are getting what beta carboxylic acid. But it contain how many carbon? 2 carbon. But acetone contain how many carbon? 3 carbon. So ketones they are having 3 carbon. Carboxylic acid it contain only 2 carbon. Listen carefully. Aldehydes upon oxidation gives carboxylic acids, but both are having equal number of carbons. Ketones upon oxidation gives carboxylic acids again, but carboxylic acids they are having less number of carbons. Carboxylic acids they are having less number of carbons. On the basis of second category, I want to give you another question. Try to say the answer, very important. CH3 bonded to CH2, and you suppose it connected to another CH2, and you suppose it connected to C double bond O group, again it connected to CH3. Of course, one type of ketone compound. It upon oxidation with same thing, acidified KMnO4 or K2Cr2O7. What will be the product? Here you have the chances to get the mixture of carboxylic acids, but where we have to cleavage the bond, either from propyl to carbonyl group or between carbonyl group to methyl group, where we have to cleavage the bond. Okay, na? So here we have to apply a rule. The rule is nothing but Pfaff's rule. Which rule? Pfaff's rule. As per Pfaff's rule, C double bond O carbonyl group that must be moves along with smaller group. Nothing but यहाँ पर break करना पड़ेगा. C double bond O group must be moves along with smaller group. So 1, 2, 3 carbon. 3 carbon is nothing but propanoic acid. Yes. Remaining 2 carbons are there. It's going to be formed the acetic acid. In that manner, you are getting mixture of carboxylic acids upon oxidation of ketones. So how to write two different acid? That is according to the rule, Pfaff's rule. समझ गए ना? So how many oxygens you require? 2 plus 2, 4. Here is 1. 3 oxygens you have to be provided. समझ गए? I hope maybe. Good. Next one is oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. For that purpose, we can do the reaction that is nothing but haloform reactions, and also we can say that iodoform reactions. Haloform or iodoform reactions. Haloform or iodoform reactions of aldehydes and ketones. In that also, aldehydes and ketones they are undergoing oxidation. How? I am going to tell you the answer. And one more thing, try to remember one condition, very important. So many times questions are repeated later. Among the following, which aldehyde is more reactive? Among the following, which ketone is more reactive? Which is more positive? Which is negative? Which is positive? Towards the haloform test, like that they are going to ask you. So the hint is alpha methyl aldehyde and ketone compounds, they undergo haloform test. Free alpha methyl aldehyde, free alpha methyl ketone. Such compounds always they are easily undergo iodoform test. So first of all, free alpha methyl aldehyde. Which aldehyde? Formaldehyde. Formaldehyde do not contain alpha methyl. So let me consider acetaldehyde. CH3 bonded to CHO. So the compound name is called acetaldehyde. In that acetaldehyde, CHO is functional group, adjacent is alpha. Free alpha methyl group is there. So it is positive for iodoform test. It upon reaction with iodine and alkali, that should be in the ratio 3:4 ratio. So acetaldehyde on reaction with 3 moles of I2 and 4 moles of NaOH. Okay, now एक बार exam में question भी repeat हुआ. What is the ratio of iodine and alkali? That is nothing but 3:4 ratio. And free alpha carbon and free alpha methyl group changes into iodoform. What is the formula of iodoform? CHI3. This is nothing but iodoform, or we can say this is nothing but yellow precipitate. So which PPT you are going to be get better? Yellow PPT that going to be settled down. And remaining another functional carbon is there that undergo oxidation. Aldehydes upon oxidation gives carboxylic acids. Nothing but here sodium is there. So you are going to get the product is sodium salt of formic acid, and also we can say that sodium formate. What will be your product beta? Sodium formate. And remaining 3 sodiums are there, 3 iodines are there. So 3 moles of NaI and remaining 3 oxygens are there. They goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule. So byproduct is 3 moles of NaI and 3 moles of H2O. Okay. Next, free alpha methyl aldehyde. Okay, beta. Next, free alpha methyl ketone. CH3 bonded to C double bond O. Again bonded to CH3. free alpha methyl, two free alpha methyls are there. I am going to consider one of the alpha methyl group. So the compound name is nothing but acetone. So acetaldehyde and acetone both are positive towards iodoform test because of they forms a low PPT of iodoform because they contain free alpha methyl group. What is the ratio of iodine and alkali? 3:4 ratio. And it's going to be formed, the product is iodoform. What is the formula of iodoform? CHI3, which precipitate, yellow precipitate you are getting better. So alpha carbon changes into iodoform. Good. Remaining form changes into salt of carboxylic acid. Remaining form changes into salt of carboxylic acid. Remaining form contain how many carbon? 2 carbon. So 2 carbon acid is called sodium acetate or sodium salt of acetic acid. Remaining 2 byproducts are same. 3 moles of NaI and also we can say that 3 moles of H2O. Same iodoform reaction I have told you in case of alcohols also. One is ethyl alcohol, one more is nothing but isopropyl alcohol. They also easily undergo iodoform test and we can say that haloform test. समझ गए story clearly? Another 2 oxidation reactions are there. Yes. Yeah, in that third one is, it is very important for objective beta. This is nothing but Baeyer-Williger oxidation. Which type of oxidation beta? Baeyer-Williger oxidation. It was takes place in presence of per acids only. So I am going to write the formula directly. First suppose acetaldehyde, CH3 bonded to CHO, acetaldehyde. Acetaldehydes upon oxidation, Baeyer-Williger oxidation. Oxidation, addition of free oxygen takes place, but that free oxygen provided by the per acids. Per acids. Sir, what may be the formula of per acid? Same carboxylic acid formula we have to be considered, but एक oxygen को extra करना पड़ेगा. So the formula is nothing but RCO3H. RCO3H. But actually what is the formula of acid? RCOOH beta. But here 3 oxygens are there. This is the formula of per acid. So what is the formula of peracetic acid? CH3CO3H. Not OO. OO 3 O लिखना पड़ेगा. Okay beta? So in presence of per acids only we have to be do the reaction Baeyer-Williger oxidation. So कुछ नहीं करने का, एक ऑक्सीजन को ऐड कर दो. Aldehydes upon oxidation changes into carboxylic acids. So acetaldehyde upon oxidation changes into what beta? Acetic acid. ये तुम्हारा product. Okay, aldehydes upon oxidation gives carboxylic acid. Nice. But what about ketone? Let me consider one example of ketone. CH3 bonded to C double bond O, again bonded to CH3. It is an example of ketone. The name is nothing but acetone. Acetone or ketone, again same thing upon oxidation in presence of per acids. Aldehyde में क्या किए? Insertion of oxygen. You are getting carboxylic acid. यहाँ पर भी क्या करना? Insertion of oxygen. So CH3 bonded to C double bond O. Insertion of oxygen कर दिया मैंने अंदर. One more group is nothing but CH3. So R C double bond O O R. Which products you are getting beta? Esters. So conclusion. Aldehydes upon oxidation with per acids gives carboxylic acids. Aldehydes upon oxidation with per acids, they forms the product is ketone. Aldehydes gives acid and ketones gives esters in Baeyer-Williger oxidation. समझ गए? Yeah, one question. Try to say the answer. This is cyclopropanone ring, and here one of the carbon connected to methyl group. Okay, upon the arrow mark I have given that CF3CO3H, nothing but trifluoroperacetic acid. The reaction indicates the Baeyer-Williger oxidation, but this is ketone. Ketone should be converted into ester. Ketone should be converted into ester. Means between C double bond group and between bulky carbon only, insertion of free oxygen takes place. Nothing but 5-member ring changes into 6-member ring. This oxygen we have inserted. And which ने add किए? Next carbon connected to C double bond O group, and here right side connected to the group is nothing but methyl. In that way we are getting the product is nothing but cyclic esters. So esters and cyclic esters we can prepare by using the mechanism is Baeyer-Williger oxidation. That should be takes place in place of paracids only. Okay, beta? Good. So last and final oxidation, that is nothing but oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. Oxidation of aldehydes and ketones with selenium dioxide, SeO2. How does aldehydes and ketones undergo oxidation with selenium dioxide? Nothing but one type of oxidizing agent. So I am going to give the answer. Aldehydes and ketones upon oxidation with SeO2, selenium dioxide, you are going to get the product is glyoxal. And also we can say that dicarbonyl compounds. Dicarbonyl compounds. Because of SeO2 oxidizes again C double bond O group into alpha CH2 into C double bond O group beta. मैं यहाँ पर बता रहा हूँ SeO2 oxidizes alpha CH2. SeO2 oxidizes alpha CH2 group into C double bond O group. Alpha CH2 carbon must be changes into C double bond O group on reaction with SeO2. That is the hint. Okay, let me consider acetaldehyde. H bonded to CH2, CH2 bonded to C double bond OH. This is nothing but acetaldehyde, CH3CHO. What is the name of this compound? Acetaldehyde. It upon oxidation with selenium dioxide. This is the functional group carbon beta. Adjacent is alpha. So alpha CH2 is there. Of course CH3 is there. But apne ko dusra, we don't require more hydrogen. We require only 2 hydrogen with alpha carbon. So alpha CH2 must be changes into C double bond O. Nothing but 2 hydrogens are goes to be eliminated in the form of H2O. Sir, where is the oxygen? That oxygens are provided by this oxidizing agent. So H group as it is, and alpha CH2 changes into C double bond O group. This oxygen also given by SeO2, and right side group we have to be read as it is, C double bond O and what beta? H. CHO bonded to CHO. This is nothing but glyoxal, carbonyl carbonyl dicarbonyl compound, and also we can see that glyoxal. समझ गए? That means only alpha CH2 oxidizes into C double bond O group by using oxidizing agent selenium dioxide. Last and final example here. So by taking acetone or ketone beta. So here H bonded to CH2. Again we can say that here C double bond O group. Again it connected to the group is CH3. Nothing but here the compound name is CH3 bond C double bond O bonded to CH3. So the compound name is called acetone. An example of ketone. It upon oxidation with selenium dioxide, SeO2. So same beta here also, alpha CH2 goes to be oxidized into C double bond O form by the oxidizing agent is nothing but SeO2. So H connected to C double bond O because of alpha CH2 can be oxidized into C double bond O, and oxidizing agent is what beta? SeO2. And remaining C double bond O group we have to be read as it is, and here it connected to another group that is nothing but methyl. Yes, here also you are getting dicarbonyl group, C double bond O, C double bond O. But which type of dicarbonyl? It was connected to methyl. So we can say methyl dicarbonyl, and also we can say that methyl glyoxal. समझ गए बेटा? Yes. So in today's class we have seen completely about the nucleophilic addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones, reduction reactions of aldehydes and ketones, and oxidation reactions of aldehydes and ketones. And remaining some more important reactions like aldol condensation, cross aldol condensation, intramolecular aldol condensation, and Cannizzaro reactions, and Tollens and Fehling tests. Such very important topics we are going to be discussing tomorrow's class. I hope you understand better. Go.